Okay.
Hi, my name is Joshua Fuestno, and I go to The Ohio State University. And this is my second year studying chemical engineering, and I really love it. So this summer, I decided that I wanted to get some experience in my major, so I applied to work in this lady's lab. And she works in the chemical engineering labs, and what we study is polymers. And does anyone know what a polymer is? Well, essentially, polymers are very large molecules made up of very tiny molecules, and they repeat themselves like in a pattern. So yes.
What's a molecule?
A molecule is something made out of atoms, and atoms are made of matter, and everything is made out of matter.
What's matter?
Matter is matter is something.
You are released. Go ahead.
All right. So in these labs, we make simulations of polymers, and the graduate students who work there, they were studying these polymers to discover what would be good for materials, such as polymers, batteries, and tires, particularly batteries. But my job was a little different. I had my own task. So I had to make these simulations interactive, which means you could apply a force to these simulations and move them around. So I had to design these simulations to be easy and fast because at the end of my summer internship, we were going to do outreach with middle schoolers. Some of the technology we used was a 3D monitor, and then this little contraption, the white contraption is called a 3D mouse, or a force feedback device. And when you move it around, you can feel the force in the polymer. And I also use visual molecular dynamics and LAMMPS, which are software you can use to make simulations. So originally, my original task was to make an outreach module for reptation, which reptation is how polymers move in entangled systems when they're very tangled up. But we thought that was too complicated, so we decided to do what is a monomer versus what is a polymer. So one of my problems I had was that my interactive software is crashing. Has anyone ever played a video game and then it just crashed on them? Yep. Yes? Oh, okay. Well, that's what happened to me. So I had to figure out what was wrong with that. So I had to look at all the different variables and figure out which ones I had to change. Some of the variables were temperature, time step, thermostat, bond style, and bond strength. So this is me teaching some students about monomers and polymers and how the difference between them. And we had a hands-on activity with beads and polyethylene glycol, where this one right here was a monomer, that was a polymer, and that was an even longer polymer. And I'm teaching another student again. And so these are some of the skills I learned. I learned a lot about polymers and how to code simulations. And so I got a lot of experience in my major. And that was it.
Okay.